take your practice to the next level with our Boho Beautiful official app, your #1 stop for an entire exclusive library of yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and so much more. Download it today in the App Store.
Good morning and welcome to Costa Rica. This yoga flow was specifically designed to improve lower body flexibility and build strength and stamina. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll move through a series of gentle and fiery therapeutic yoga poses that are specifically designed to stretch and strengthen the muscles in the legs, hips, lower back, and core. These poses will help increase flexibility, improve posture, and alleviate discomfort and any pain that exists in the lower body whatsoever. So as we move through each pose, focus on your breath. It will be the thread that guides us through this entire practice. And don't forget to work hard and have fun. So grab your mat and some water. Let's begin.
When you join the Boho Beautiful official app, you get immediate access to thousands of hours of content, tons of exclusive member-only videos, all completely ad-free. Plus, take part in monthly community initiatives, calendars, and live streams, and the Community Karma Project. It's time to feel great from the inside out. Download it today in the App Store.
Welcome, friends. Let's begin today's class standing at the bottom of our mat. Feet together, hands at the side, and let's take a deep breath and inhale, filling our lungs, bringing our palms together, and exhale, falling towards the earth into forward fold, bending at the hips, bringing your hands or fingertips down to the mat, and letting gravity do the beginning of the work here. Rock slightly back and forth, micro-bending each knee, letting gravity do the work. Lifting both hands off the mat and grabbing the opposite elbows into ragdoll here. Deepening the sway, allowing your breath to inhale and exhale, connecting to the movement. Wonderful. All right, let's drop our hands down to the mat. If you can, put them flat, palms, if not, fingers are fine. But we're gonna micro bend the knees just slightly and then straighten. Inhale, micro bend. Exhale, straighten. Just deepening the stretch in the hamstrings here. Inhale, microbend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, microbend. Exhale, straighten. Beautiful. All right, let's raise halfway up, fingertips touching the mat, exhaling, and step back with the right foot, then the left into plank, coming into chaturanga, bending the elbows and not letting the chest touch the mat, holding here just for a second before we inhale, coming into upward facing dog, holding for another second here before we exhale and find our way back down to downward facing dog. First downward dog of the practice, fingers spread, elbows locked, chest coming down to the earth, pushing if you can, your heels down towards the mat. You can microbend the knees here for a little more support or not, whatever feels right for you. Find it and breathe into it. Big inhale and exhale out. Coming forward with the 2 steps to the front of your mat into forward fold, we're going to exhale, come back up into standing, reach our hands up above our head, bringing the palms together, and exhale, hands down to heart. All right, drop your hands down to the side of your body, opening the palms to the front of the mat, bringing your shoulders back, pushing your chest out just slightly, chin up, eyes closed, pelvis tucked just slightly in. We're in Samastiti, mountain pose here, taking deep, conscious breaths, filling up our lungs, listening to our body and all the sensations and signals it's sending, and exhaling out, taking a note of how you feel here at the beginning of this practice before we continue. Beautiful. Inhale, hands above head, bring your palms together. Exhale, drop down to the mat. Inhale, come halfway up onto your fingertips. Exhale, step back, right foot into lunge position, keeping our knee off the mat, both hands flat on either side of our foot, and rocking just a bit, adding a little bit of motion, feeling it out. It's the first real lunge of the practice. We're going to lift our left hand off the mat, reach up towards the sky, bringing our gaze up towards our fingertips as well, twisting at the midsection. This twisted lunge, so detoxifying. It's such a beautiful, effective asana. Breathing in and exhaling out. Breathing in and exhaling, bringing your hand back down to the mat, dropping your knee, letting go of your toes, and coming back into single-legged split by straightening the left leg, folding at the hips, and bringing your forehead down towards the earth. All right, breathing into this stretch, breathing into the asana. With each exhale, sinking a little bit deeper, closing your eyes. All right, on your next inhale, come forward, back into twisted lunge, reaching with that left hand back up to the sky, bringing your gaze up towards the fingertips, just like we did the first time. Do you notice any sensations feeling different this time? It's really, really key to take mental notes throughout your yoga practice to mark the journey as you go. Wonderful. Exhale, bringing your hands back down onto the mat. Now let's straighten the left leg and bring our chest down towards the shin. Wonderful. Close your eyes with each breath. Try to bring your chest down closer towards your leg, bending deeper at the hips, coming closer with your forehead towards your shin. Excellent. All right, we're going to add some motion here. We're going to bend the left leg and we're going to switch legs at the front with a hop. See how that goes? All right, let's do 10. You ready? And jump. 1 and 2. Beautiful. 3. Keeping those hands on the mat if you can. 4, 5, and hop. 6, 7. Beautiful. 8. All right, here we go. 2 more. 9. And last one, 10. Excellent job. We're going to straighten that right leg and take it to the opposite side, exactly where we were a minute ago. Bringing the forehead down towards the shin, bending at the hips, keeping the right leg straight, left leg straight, pushing the back heel down towards the mat, and finding the stillness here. Excellent. Sinking deeper. On your next exhale, we're going to bend into twisted lunge, bending the right knee and reaching with the right hand up towards the sky, fingertips extended, gaze up towards the hand, reaching, twisting, taking a deep breath, filling up your lungs, exhaling out all that no longer serves you. All right, on your next exhale, let's bring it back down, dropping the knee into single-legged split, just like we did on the other side. Straightening the right knee, bending at the hips, and bringing your chest and your forehead down towards your knee and your shin. And find your breath. Doesn't matter how deep you're executing the stretch, what matters is that you feel it. So don't worry about anything, but reconnecting to that breath with the inhale. And the exhale, sink a little deeper. All right, let's bend the right leg, come back up to lunge, and twist with a right-handed reach up towards the sky, bringing your gaze once again to your fingertips. All right, on your next exhale, windmill your hand back down to the right side of your right foot, finding your way into lunge just like we began on the opposite side, and breathe. Haven't dropped the knee yet, you can if you need to, but if you held out this long, it's just a second more. Big breath in, and exhale out. Let's step back into plank. Hold for a second, fill the lungs, and exhale, drop into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, sliding back into downward facing dog. Wonderful. All right, we're going to lift the right leg up towards the sky. Straight leg, point the toes if you can. Hold here just for a second and then step to the right of both hands at the front of your mat. We're going to find our way into a lizard here. You can keep your knee up or you can drop it. And if you'd like to take it a little further, you can drop onto your elbows just like I'm doing here and roll your right foot onto its right side, the right side of your mat. There you go. See, you can drop your knee like that for more support or keep it elevated to keep it more active. For a variation here and take it a little deeper, you can lift your right arm up towards the sky and open up that chest while hanging out in this lizard. There's a lot going on. Choose what works for you. Listen to your body and find the stillness in your breath. Reconnect. That's what this is all about, the reconnection. Beautiful. Let's exhale, bring our hands back down, drop the knee, and we're going to make our way over to pigeon by walking our right foot across to the left side of our mat and dropping our knee down flat, sliding our left leg down towards the bottom, keeping it straight, and bringing our weight on top of the bent leg. Now, if you want, you can stay upright. That's a lot easier. There's a lot less pressure. As you can see, I'm going all the way. I brought my forehead down to the mat. I'm also using my left hand to hold my right foot in place. Find the variation of pigeon that works for you and close your eyes and sink into it. Beautiful. On your next exhale, let's start to come up halfway and roll that left leg back around, leaving your right leg in place, placing your left ankle on top of the shin in fire log so that both shins are stacked on top of each other. You can use your elbow like I'm doing to press the left knee down, or you can let it raise up. Whatever level of flexibility you have here, don't force anything to a point of any sort of sharp pain. If you feel anything uncomfortable, back off. But if you don't, close your eyes and reconnect to that breath once again. Breathing in, filling up the lungs, and exhaling all of it back out. All right, we're going to transition over into a seated twist by bringing the right knee underneath the hip and the left leg that was stacked over top of the right knee, twisting to our left, wrapping our arm around that left knee and reaching with the left hand to the bottom of the mat. You can open up the twist and deepen it as I'm doing here by opening up the bicep and lifting the arm up to the ceiling, twisting a little bit deeper that way. But do your best to find what's working for you. Close your eyes and breathe. Beautiful. All right. Swing your left leg back around to the bottom, plant the toes, put your weight on your hands on either side, and step the right leg back too. Into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Holding for a second here before we inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Wonderful. Taking just a moment here to collect ourselves before we take it to the other side. All right, walking out the dog, bending the knees, dropping the opposite hips. Excellent. Body deserves this, a little bit of compassionate movement here. Been putting it through a lot, but now we gotta match the sides. Let's lift the left leg up, straightening it up, pointing the toe, keeping it as straight as you can, holding just for a second here before stepping forward on an exhale to the left side of your mat with your left leg to find your way into lizard variations once again. Now remember, you can drop the knee, touch to the mat for more support, or keep it elevated like I'm doing. You can also drop down onto your forearms for a deeper stretch, rolling your left foot onto its left side, pushing the knee to the left side of the mat as well. Whichever variation works for you is perfect. Experiment with different things, listen to the signals, and then adjust accordingly. If you want to do the reach we did last time with the left arm, you can lift up that left arm and reach up to the sky, bringing your gaze up with it. But if not, that's okay too. Don't worry about what you think you should be doing. Listen to your body and abide. Wonderful. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling out, dropping back down into neutral, coming up onto your hands, walking your left foot across to the right side of your mat to find your way into pigeon again, folding the knee down at the front, straightening your right leg back, dropping the foot, and again, you can stay up, just like I am here, or drop down onto your elbows, or bring your forehead all the way down to the mat, just like this. Whatever variation for pigeon works for you is perfect. It's a very complex, deep releasing asana. Emotionally and physically, you'll realize that so much is stored in the glute, and this releases it all. So whatever happens, be the watcher. Don't judge. Just let your body take the lead. All right, on your next exhale, come back up onto your hands and swing that right leg around, coming onto your sit bones and bringing your right ankle onto your left knee into fire log once again. Both sides might have different levels of flexibility for this. My right knee actually hangs out a lot higher than my left when I do this, and I don't force it or push it. I just accept it. Close my eyes, just as you should right now, and I breathe into it, finding the stillness, finding the peace, exhaling all that no longer serves me every single breath. Alright, on your next exhale, let's come into seated twist by releasing the fire log, bringing your right ankle around to the bottom next to your hip and your left foot over top of the knee, twisting at the torso, bringing your left elbow over top of the right knee and reaching with the right hand to the bottom of the mat. Again, to deepen the stretch, you can open up the bicep, deepen the stretch, push the knee with the tricep against the right knee, and gaze towards your fingertips. Beautiful. All right, on your next exhale, let's release the asana. Coming onto your sit bones on the mat, feet in front of you, let's grab the outside of both ankles and let's work towards a balancing asana here by extending both knees, trying to straighten them all the way and balance on the sit bones. Beautiful. This is all about the core, the balance, and the breath. Holding for a couple more seconds. If you fall out, just try to get right back in. It's perfectly okay. To get out of here, we're going to bend the knees and roll back onto our back, continuing to hold the outsides of our feet and find our way into happy baby. Rocking just gently, adding a little bit of motion if that feels good. Bending the knees and pulling them towards the outside of our body, down towards the earth. Close your eyes, rock back and forth, and breathe, reconnecting to that breath once again. All right, on your next exhale, bring your feet together, keeping your knees straight. Let's slowly, mindfully drop our arms and our legs down towards the earth. But before you reach the mat, hold. Now we're going to flex and tense every single muscle in our body. Our arms, our legs, our abs, our neck. We're going to push, push, push. We're going to hold as long as we can, pushing and flexing every single muscle. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and release. There you go. Finding our way into Savasana to end off this incredible yoga flow. But where we find ourselves now is actually the most difficult asana there is. corpse pose, letting go of everything. Take a minute here. Close your eyes. Scan your body. Are you holding tension in any locations? Your legs, let them fall whichever way they might. Your fingers, let them just soften. Your lips, your tongue, your eyes, your shoulders. Take a note and just release it. Release everything. It's beautiful to let go finally and give yourself permission. Take a deep breath, filling up your lungs. And on your next exhale, imagine yourself sinking into your mat, into the earth below you. You're empty, you're weightless. Perfect. Alright, coming alive, adding a little motion to your fingers, bringing your consciousness back to your body, bending your knees, roll onto your side into fetal just for a second, and let's meet at the front of our mat, on our knees or seated cross-legged. Alright, let's take our hands, place them one on top of each other, on top of our heart, and listen to it beat. Breathing in, feeling it thumping as we exhale. Breathing in, filling up our lungs once again, all the way, and mindfully exhaling, taking note for the first time in usually a very long time that our heartbeat is our life force. It's our everything. Say thank you to it, as we often don't, as you breathe in and fill up your lungs once again. And exhale out. Wonderful. As you bask in the stillness, in the presence of your heartbeat, in the presence of yourself, say thank you, out loud if you must, for taking the time here today to invest in you. In this day and age, there's so many distractions that showing up on your mat is a victory in and of itself. And I thank you as well for allowing me to be your guide here today, and I wish you nothing but the best day that you deserve from this moment forward. Love and light. Namaste.
Like yoga says that the acorn knows how to become the tree. Whatever you're born with is the blueprint for who you will become. And so as you go on this path of self-discovery, it will be revealed to you what your next step is. So is it an anatomy training? It's like it might be.
Yeah.
Because you have great gifts. You know, you have healing hands. You'll become a chiropractor or whatever. Like, that's the next step for you. Or is mantra the next step? Like, we're all wired differently. So, but the idea is that you become more of who you are, and you become more, your understanding increases about why you're here. And so, like, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Right. It's finding that purpose by yourself, really.
And staying true to it.
Yeah.
Because if you're scrolling, man, you're being advertised to every minute about who's the right person, what's the next training, what's the next step for you, how are you going to get your followers, how are you going to do this and that. And it's like, I've never gone that way. It's just kind of like, I'm a wreck right now, and I'm going to sit down, I'm going to chant.